Hello everyone. This is Tony, and today we are playing Benthic Love. It's a dating sim about fish. Here we go. You are a young male anglerfish, only a few centimeters long. If you knew what humans were, you might know that they prefer you as a member of the suborder Ceratodi. This is an education game, by the way, so hopefully you'll learn something out of this. But you do not know what humans are. Your whole life is only known the darkness and the ocean depths. You do not know how long you've been alive. How could you? Every day is the same inky, cold darkness. Recently, though, you've reached maturity, and for the first time, you start to feel hunger. Deep down, you somehow know this has meant you must find a female anglerfish. Lacking the jaw muscles to successfully hunt, you need a female to supply you with food. How will she do this? Well, we will fuse into her, essentially becoming part of her. Your identity will fade and your body will atrophy, eventually leaving behind only a lump containing your reproductive system. But you will live. In each stage of your genetic material, you'll be available to her when she's ready to lay eggs. The prospect of losing what little entity you might have is frightening, but then so is starving to death. Evolution has been kind enough to provide you with an incredible sense of smell. This will let you find a mate in that vast empty sea. With grim determination, you swim out into the abyss. Swim north. As you swim through the abyss, a familiar sense grows stronger and stronger. This isn't as long as before you were able to pinpoint its identity. It's another anglerfish, a male like you. As he comes into view, he turns and notices you. He swims over to greet you. Hey, didn't expect to run into anyone. How's it going? I'm doing alright. You're looking for a mate, I suppose. Yeah, have you seen any? Matters of fact, I have. If you go east from here, you'll find warmer waters. There's a volcanic vent there. From there, you should pick up her scent. Why didn't you mate with her? I just really don't feel like I'm ready. Can I ask you a question? Of course. Are you worried about losing yourself after you mate? A little. Yeah, it's scary to think about. I mean, it would be easier if I loved my mate, but I haven't felt that way about anyone yet. The male angler looks around nervously. He seems as if he has more he wants to say, but isn't able to come up with the words. Just leave him alone. The male anglerfish is drifting around aimlessly, so they said east. The water here has gotten much warmer. Warmer than anything you have experienced, but not unpleasant. It is easy to see why. You can see the fissure below you, spewing forth steam. Hydrothermal vents like these called the white smokers, because in the minerals they emit are lighter colors such as barium, calcium, and silicon. Black smokers emit minerals high in sulfur and are much hotter. These vents will also generate the material and energy needed to produce complex organic molecules. Sure enough, the vast amount of bacteria these vents create has attracted a dense population of crabs, tube worms, shrimps, bivalves, and other creatures. Other vents may even sustain a population of higher creatures such as octopuses or eels. It is quite a sight, but you can't stay here forever. Smell the area. To the west, you detect alluring odor. To the south, you faintly detect other odors. Let's go south. To the west, you smell some sort of struggle. To the south, you smell something alien. To the east, you can faintly detect others, but you have to go closer. Let's go east. To the east, you smell something harmless bouncing around. To the southeast, you smell something old but strangely tasty. To the west, you can faintly detect other smells, but you would have to get your closer nose to look. East. As you swim through the ocean, you notice a funny smell growing closer. Slowly, it appears out of the murky depths, bouncing along with its head fins and a small bumbo octopus. Aw, that's so cute. Aw. I bet in real life they're not that cute, though. You watch the funny creature for a while, but eventually, it's time to move on. Smell. Southeast of the octopus, you smell something odd but old but oddly tasty. To the west, you smell a trail back to where you came from. To the west and southwest, you detect only the fells. Let's go west, southwest. Smell the area. To the east, you smell something harmlessly bouncing around. I think that was the octopus. To the southeast, you smell something old but strangely tasty. To the west, you can faint detect others. We have to get closer. It's west. To the west, you smell some sort of struggle. To the south, you know something alien. To the east, you can faintly smell something, but you have to go east. To the east, you smell something harmless bouncing around. To the southeast, you smell something old but yes, tasty. To the west, you can some others, but you have to get closer. You smell some struggle. To the south, you smell something alien. To the east, you faintly detect others, but you have to get other. To the east, you smell something orange. To the south, you smell something old but tasty. To the west. Okay, they're all kind of the same, so go east. Smell the area. You know what? Let's go southeast for west. Oh, in front of you there are bones of a great whale. They tower before you in a sight to behold. The whale slowly descends into the abyss after it died years ago. For months, its rotting flesh fed countless isopods, crabs, sharks, and hagfish. You can still smell the residue of this feast. You can still see a few hagfish prowling around the bones. As beautiful as the skeleton is, you better not get too close. To the north, the smell you smell something alluring. To the east, you detect other smells. Let's go north. In the distance, you see a faint light. Something out there is calling you. Out of the depths swims the most beautiful fish you have ever seen. Sprouting from the middle of her head is a long filament. Her ilium. It's an actually modified spot from her dorsifilm at the tip of a growth called the esca, which glows. Approach confidently. You swim at her as you suavely as possible. Swimmer often? Are you from Scandinavia? Scandinavia? 'Cause you're the sweetest fish in the sea. If I said you had a great body, would you let me fuse into it and live off your Is your Eska set for Mr. Right? 'Cause here I am. I need a mate or I will die. So let's go with something funny, swimmer often. No, just passing through actually. Where are you heading? Nowhere in particular, just about to do some hunting. Why don't you come with me? Thank you for coming with me. There are so many smells down here, so we're really never alone, but it's nice to actually meet someone face to face, isn't it? Yes. I was hoping you would think so. I don't meet any other anglers. Not now, not that I get bored. I never get tired of seeing amazing things down here. Me too. What's your favorite part of the ocean? The open sea. Yeah, there's something majestic about how vast the ocean is. Or is it just that you haven't seen anything else? Up yours. I love how quiet it is. Yeah, it's not lonely down here, but for long stretches before you can hear or smell anything else. Sometimes it's nice to swim along and enjoy that. You continue swimming and talking. I feel weird about this mating thing, to be honest. The idea of meeting someone I trust and like enough to want with me, but then never be able to speak to them. It's sad, isn't it? Yeah. I know you have even more to worry about, but I'd miss if you were gone. If we do this, I want you to know that I'll remember you. I'll still be there. You know what I mean. You know how the sugar cutter. We both know this isn't something you could just walk away from again. But it's a nice sentiment. You look famished. You better have something to eat. I've enjoyed this. It'd be happy if she's waiting for you. This is it, mate. You swim to her side, carefully choosing a spot. Carefully, you bite into her flesh, and almost immediately you feel the rush of warmth and the taste of blood. Already, the emphasis of your body, in your mouth, are dissolving. Your lips and her skin, causing them to fuse together into a new fleshy lump. You begin to drift away. So this is it. As you feel your identity slip away, you feel a presence in your mind. I'll remember you. I love you. Your last moments constantly are happy. You found someone you trust enough to give up your entire being to. Congratulations. Ending 1. Game made by Mike Gioffi using Ren'Py art. Art by Sonia Hanlett. I'm not gonna try to get the other endings because that was kind of a lot searching around. But yeah, that was Benthic Love. If it's a fish dating sim. It like I said, it's an educational game. Now you know how anglerfish mate. The male goes to the female, they fuse together. The male disappears while the female gets stronger. It's weird, really. But I guess that's the way evolution is. So yeah, that's it. I guess I'll see you guys later. Goodbye. What does love got to do